Hey, what's up, Mortgage Coach community? Dave Savage, and I am interviewing Rick Scherer. What's up, Rick?
What's happening, my friend?
Well, it's a lot is happening. I can't believe you made time for me today, going into 2 days before the end of the month, brother. So just know I appreciate you bringing leadership to the Mortgage Coach community on a day like today.
Listen, you anything you ask me to do, I will do. It doesn't matter. You provide so much value to us as a community, and man, when you call, I come running. So I appreciate what you do for us, and happy to jump on here with you.
Well, I love it. So guys, it is June 29th, 2020. Interest rates are low. Depending on what county you're in, maybe things are opening up more. Depending on what county you're in, maybe things are starting to get a little tighter. We are, I don't know if we're in the middle or at the end of the COVID period, but there's been a lot of changes in the mortgage industry because it's driven down interest rates. It's created a lot of opportunity for the mortgage industry. So I'm going to interview Rick Scherer. He is a broker, about how he and his team use Mortgage Coach. So Rick, let's just kick things off. Anybody who doesn't know you, what market you're in, and what kind of production are you doing right now?
Yeah, so again, Rick Scherer created Onto Mortgage back in October. So we're 9 months into this thing. A little COVID sprinkled in there, no big deal. But yeah, it's I do anywhere from $80 to $120 million a year. Certainly this year is going to be a big one. I'll personally close about $26 million this month, probably a personal record in 18 years of business. So yeah, that's what we're doing, man. We're just not sleeping all that well today, all that much, but making it happen. So
love it. About how many families? I know when we started talking, you didn't know the exact number of loans, but what do you estimate the number of loans you're going to close this month?
Yeah, it's going to be 50 plus. So
Wow.
Yeah.
So guys.
Oh, no, actually, I take that back. Call it 60 because my average loan size is about 410.
Wow. So we're talking to a mortgage professional that is delivering a lot of quotes, a lot of proposals to a lot of families, and he's also using Mortgage Coach. He's almost created 2,000 total cost analysis. And when we dive into the Mortgage Coach advice engine, we'll show you those numbers and we'll show you how you can track that. My goal in this call is, regardless of whether you're new to Mortgage Coach, whether you're thinking about getting on the team, we're going to educate you on how Rick and his team use Mortgage Coach. And some of it will be a little bit of product demo. I do want you to get scripts. This will be educational, but it's also a sales pitch. I want you on the Mortgage Coach team, regardless of whether you're a broker, a banker, you work for a regional bank, you work for a credit union. We want you to deliver better advice to the families that you serve. So Rick, let's start with, why do you use Mortgage Coach?
Yeah, so I love that you just said that. We want to make sure that we're giving all of the information to our borrowers that will allow them to make the educated decision, and that's so much value out to the consumer. And we also have to look at the cost associated with being involved with Mortgage Coach and the return on investment on that. So what I'll tell you is just over the last 2 weeks, I've probably had 6 or 7 people come back to me because of a Mortgage Coach presentation that I've given them. So yes, we want to make sure that we're giving our consumer all the best information, and at the same time, we have to make it worthwhile for us, right? And so, so it's a double benefit, right? Because we want to work with more clients, but and at the same time educate them better than anybody else in the marketplace. That's what Mortgage Coach allows us to do.
So it's all about advice and clarity, and you see Mortgage Coach as an important part of how you bring clarity and how you bring advice to clients. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, 100%. Because right now it's not just hey, take a 30-year fix again and be done with it. What we're trying to explain to people, and if we care about their future and care about their financial well-being, we're showing them how to go to a 24-year mortgage or a 20-year mortgage and what that's going to save them over time. Or, hey, what about paying some money, a little bit in points? We've got in the broker channel, we work with a company that just came out with some ridiculously low rates. They're not giving closing cost credits back, and you might have to pay a little bit, more, but you're in the, high 2% range, 2.75. So what would that mean to you by paying $400 or $500 additional over closing costs? What's the savings over time? You can't do that just by sending them an email saying, oh, hey, your payment's this, your payment's that. You got to go deeper, and Mortgage Coach is the way that we're doing it.
Cool. Well, I'm going to show some slides. Rick's going to show some product. I want everybody to align around some key concepts right now that are really important. I mean, if you want to be a mortgage coach, you have to align around this concept that there's what I think, there's what I put into words, there's what I say to other people, and then there's what they actually understand. And so if you believe that that little circle down below, you want it to get big. You want it to be quick and easy for families to understand what you do, how you do it, and why you do it. So when it comes to delivery rates and fees, you have a choice. You can deliver that with a fee worksheet. It's got your logo. It's a transaction. That is not going to raise the circle. I mean, at the end of the day, what everybody who uses Mortgage Coach believes is that giving a fee worksheet, rate, payment, cash to close, that's being a white belt loan officer. That is not a competitive advantage. And so a couple key concepts I want to get into before we pull up Rick's screen is that you have to believe this, that the three essentials to making a smart mortgage decision are a family needs to get options. And here's the deal. If you were a family getting a mortgage, do you want options? Yes. Here's the beauty from a science perspective when it comes to conversion. When a family gets options and they pick one, they now own it. There's more ownership into that. There's more commitment into that. And they not only pick the option, they pick the loan officer. So giving options is key. Two, you need to analyze the cost over time. I just recently interviewed a loan officer who's buying his own house, and he shopped 6 different lenders. Nobody gave him options, and no one told him what the cost would be over those options over different windows of time. And so here's the deal. From a family's perspective, the advice is not as valuable. And from a sales and science perspective, your conversion isn't going to be as good. And then number 3, every time you get into debt, you should be like, how can I get out of debt quicker? Should I reinvest some, like, let's say I'm doing a refi. Should I invest some of the money I'm saving and prepay my mortgage? Or should I invest it in a prepayment account? So the beauty of this is that when you do these things, you earn trust, you earn respect. And at the end of the day, I think in the mortgage industry, and Rick, you tell me if this is true, at the end of the day, every day you are in a battle, in a war for the attention and the trust of families and realtors and every referral partner. It's all about winning their attention and winning their trust. You align around that?
Yeah, and one of the things I wanted to bring up is the fact that looking at those estimates that you gave, we never give that out, and I look at that as flat, right? It's a flat piece of paper. It's got some data on it. People don't typically understand everything, but there's no one in there kind of navigating you through it. So I don't want to do that. So that's why one of the things with Mortgage Coach is the videos, right? And I grabbed some purchases because that no longer creates a flat presentation, being the fee worksheet as a flat presentation. So,
show one. Let's pull one up. And
yeah.
As you're pulling this up, what do you call it to the family? Like what are the words you use to frame it so that when they get it, they're like, oh, this is valuable, and they're engaged, that you have their attention and you're building their trust. What do you say to frame it?
Well, it's a customized, when I'm sending it out to them, I explain what it's all about before I send that to them. And then within the email, it's click on your customized, rate quote and customized rate quote. But it's really about teeing it up in the beginning, what that looks like. So, this is a total cost analysis that I sent to one of my clients who's looking to refinance a New Hampshire second home, and really spelling out everything. But again, here's down below, it's allowing me to, and this was probably done at midnight, but really walking them through all the different options. The client just wrote me back saying, boom, I'm going with the 30-year fixed, and here's why. So this was a really allowed him to understand what the financial aspect of starting his loan over 30 years as opposed to going the other way. And this, 30-year fix aligned with his goals and objectives.
How often, it sounds like you're usually emailing it to the client. So it's a dynamic link in an email. They click on it from a mobile phone, they get a mobile experience. They click on it from a desktop, they get desktop. Do you use the live feature very often where you kind of drive the experience and you show them different options?
I do, yeah. So a client did want to, this afternoon, we're going over another total cost analysis that he wanted to go over live, wanted me to change a couple of things around. I said, great, let's jump on a call at 2:00 because I can actually man it and change things on demand. So by the end of the call, you're going to have all the information you're going to need. So yeah, it's just, that's one of the best features. Also, one thing that I think sometimes is underestimated is when you send this out to a client and they view it, we get pinged that they've been viewing it. And, I actually just got 2 more refinances because, a month ago I sent the total cost analysis out and, but then the client went back to it, a couple days ago. So there was a couple weeks there. Now I'm crazy busy. I'm all about, I'm just plowing with what I've gotten ahead of me. And it allowed me to, as soon as I saw them, I checked in, I said, hey, just want to check in, see how, the numbers looked. Let me, it's been a while. Let me update them for you if you want to. What option you're going to? Both of them responded back to me within 5 minutes and said, yeah, hey, can you update that 30-year fix for me or the 20-year fix? So that is such a huge asset because if I just send out a good faith estimate, that's out of my brain. They get back to me or not, right now I'm not paying attention. But now that I can get notified when they're looking at it, it's now front of mind to them. Boom, I can just quickly get back to them and start to re-engage them and then get them into the pipeline. So that's
cool.
That's been huge.
Cool. So let's just do a quick checklist. If you could go to the top where we can see your logo and your picture. So if you're watching this and you're like, hey, should I use Mortgage Coach? We've turned your rate quote, your loan options, your mortgage advice into marketing. So it's got your headshot or whatever marketing picture you want. It's got your logo. And then as you scroll down to the left where it has current loan, that's the same stuff that would be on the fee worksheet, only you have options. So you're getting more attention, more trust. And on the right side, it's showing how different loans compare monthly. In this case, you did it over 160 months and you did it over 15 years. And remember, guys, this is interactive. So part of Mortgage Coach, it's saving you time. You heard him say that I might have done this one at midnight. One of the cool things I hear all the time from top producers is I can create a TCA anytime 24/7. I can update a video anytime 24/7. So it expands your ability to give advice and sell beyond just when you're on the phone with a client or beyond just your work hours. So in today's market, we have loan officers creating hundreds of TCAs, killing it because they'll get an email, they'll get a call, they'll put one of these together, they'll text it, they'll email it. And so it expands your capacity and it saves you time. And then you can put a video on it. We're going to show you how to do that in a minute. So Rick, how often do you think you use the live feature and how often are you adding a video to a TCA?
Well, I definitely use the videos a lot more than the live. And again, sometimes I'm just not in a place or camera ready to put a presentation together. So sometimes I'll send it and then we'll follow up with a live later. So I mean, videos, when I'm doing them, I'm probably 80% is going with a video. My sales assistant gets a little skittish on some of them, but I do force him to do it. He's probably 50%. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, but I mean, it does make a difference. And people, they're like, I pressed it thinking it was going to be canned, and wow, it was customized to me. How long did that take you to do it? And so people get impressed by some of the time that you actually put into this.
Cool. So let's go into the advice engine. So guys, this is the consumer experience. Customer clicks a link, no password, no need to put in any information that creates friction. They just click a link and boom. Now let's go into the advice engine. And this is your loan officer advice engine. So this is where you create your advice. And I'm going to show you a couple key features. You can see he's on the gamification version. So if you're new to Mortgage Coach, you start at white belt. And you can see Rick's created 1,880 total cost analysis. It's been viewed, 1980. And they've been viewed 8,198 times. So like almost 10,000 times families realtors and partners have consumed his advice. When you get onboarded, you'll notice on the right-hand side of this, it'll tell you, hey, when you created your first presentation, you can see he's got consecutive logins in the bottom. Hey, Rick, go to your red belt, which is the highest belt you could get. And you see that little square box to the right of your belt? Click on that. So guys, this is, like you sign up for Mortgage Coach, you start at white belt. Once you've done your first 20 TCAs, you become an orange belt. To become a black belt is 300. To become a brown belt is 100. And Grandmaster is a mortgage professional that's helped over 1,000 families with a TCA. So we're just gonna walk you through and do that. Close that and just click on the badge real quick. Also click on the actual badge. See, you notice you could download this. We want every brown belt. So if you're watching this and you just hit brown belt, share that with your company, share that with your team. How do you become a black belt? One, you're really good with Mortgage Coach. You've done it 100 times. And two, you mentor and help other people. You can even put this into your marketing if you think it will help position you as an advisor better. So Rick, let's go into an actual customer. If you don't mind clicking into a customer. Let's click on one person. And you'll guys notice up in the upper right-hand corner, he could add a video. He could do live. Click record video real quick. I just want you guys to see this. It's as simple as clicking that video, going here. Don't click to your computer yet, but it's going to give you three options. One, you could add a video. And two, you already added a video, so I didn't give you the options. But it would have let him record it with his phone or record it with his desktop. Rick, what do you do most often? Do you record it with your phone or your desktop?
I do it on my desktop just because it has one on there. So I don't think I did one for Sean. So let me.
Yeah, and let's don't hit that one button.
There you go.
Boom, boom, stop right there. See guys, he could click it, and if he had his mobile phone on here, it would pop up on his mobile. He could do audio only, and he could also do it through his web browser. So your call, we do recommend the mobile phone because it gives you more flexibility. And usually most mobile phone nowadays have a better camera and a better audio. And if you just train yourself that you always do mobile, when you're out and about, you could do it via mobile. You could also log into the Mortgage Coach app and create videos and do editing. Do you ever use the Mortgage Coach mobile app?
Yep.
And do you usually do a video or usually do an audio?
No, definitely video. I don't, I probably should use audio more, especially when instead of doing nothing, but definitely more video.
Got it. All right, dude. Well, let's go and look at another TCA. I think you've got a purchase TCA to show. And guys, if you have questions, put them down below. For anybody that wants to get on the Mortgage Coach team, I'll put a link in comments below. I'll tell you the price now. If you're an individual loan officer, it's $120 a month or $1,200 a year, depending on how you want to pay us. And if you are part of an enterprise relationship, then it's whatever that enterprise is. They may be paying for it for you. They may be subsidizing it, but it is less. But $120, and you could be using Mortgage Coach tomorrow. So Rick, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, so if you convert one client a year, you've just paid yourself double. I mean, it's, we're all making more than $1,200 a loan. So,
hey, Rick, before you go off that, we from the interviews I've done, just about every loan officer I've talked to that does, let's just say 5 to 10 TCAs a month would tell you they're getting one extra loan a month because they use Mortgage Coach. Would you think that that's a fair or conservative amount?
Like I said, I've in the last 2 weeks, I've probably gotten probably 4 or 5. So yeah, I mean, the money's no brainer. I wouldn't get hung up on the money, when it comes to this. It's just this has set you apart by leaps and bounds. I mean, I think honestly, Dave, you charge not enough for it, but we'll just keep that between you and me.
All right. Well, so anybody watching this, we're going to double the price for you. Just click down below, and we're going to double the price now. And one last thing: does it save you time? Like, is it take time and save you time, or does it, do you see it as a time saver?
Well, it's the alternative, right? You're going in and creating a fee worksheet for one thing. I work with I actually work with 3 screens. So when I've got the pricing engine on one screen, the total cost analysis. And as I'm pricing it out, I'm just going and entering it right into the presentation. So, does it add another minute to the yeah, but at the end of the day, who cares? The client is getting the experience that they deserve, quite frankly. So I don't think it gives us, it takes any more time.
So we're talking, you could do one of these things in a minute, 3 minutes. It's a really fast and easy thing for you to do.
Yeah, because the other thing too is if you go into, I got templates set up, right? So, closing costs, I literally just click on the total closing cost template, and we've got them all set up there. So, boom, it's done. If it's a purchase, I'm just doing owner's title insurance, and I'm off. I'm off and running. So,
make sure you set up your templates. Hey, real quick, go back to the home screen again. I want you to go back to that. Go to the home screen. Let's see if you're using strategy. Oh yeah, click on your strategy templates. That's another really key field, right next to recent views, strategy templates.
Yep.
Oh, he does not have strategy templates set up. So guys, I'm going to put a link down below. Strategy templates will save even more time. So let's just say there was this, 10-minute MI analysis that you did. You could call it your MI template. You go into that, you just update loan amount and interest rate, and 3 things are updated. Or let's say you do FHA and conventional a lot. So I'm going to put a link down below, and Rick, you need to start using strategy templates. So that will save you even more time.
Love it.
All right, let's go back to that TCA. And I want to be respectful of your time because I know you're killing it. And we're going to wrap this up soon. So if you have questions for Rick, put them down below.
Yeah, so this is just a purchase. A good friend of mine looking to buy a place, and really just struggling with, do I put 10% down, or with PMI, or do I put 20%, essentially take all my assets out? And as you guys know, when you put in between 10 and 20% down, the numbers aren't all that big, based on the amount of money you got to outlay. So the second he saw this, went through it all, clicked through it all, go into the cool thing about it is all these more info buttons that really drive the point home. He was like, 10%, I'm holding on to my cash. I'll pay the extra $266. Makes sense for me. I can make more money with my cash outside my mortgage. So, this is a big one. And we also talked about strategies on how to get PMI dropped. And so, I can't stress. The other way you can do this is you're just data entering it into an email, and it's flat. So, I did a minute 33-second video right here while I was at my house in New Hampshire, and
Nicole, Mike, great speaking with you guys.
Yeah. So
guys, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to kind of go into close mode here, Rick. But these are all the strategies. Like, we're going to teach you how to be a black belt, how to deliver an advice star experience versus the transactional triangle: rate, payment, cash to close. We're going to show you the advice star, which you have to show rate, you have to show payment, you have to show cash to close, but you need to show savings over time. How do those compare over time? And strategies to pay off the debt faster. So we're going to teach you how to do that with every situation you get into. And all you need to do, click down below, sign up. I want to share what other loan officers say about Mortgage Coach, and you're gonna recognize this video, Rick.
Yep.
Hang on, let me share it one more time. I want to make sure. If you don't hear the sound when I share it, if you could let me know. Boom. And share sound. All right, here we go. So tell me when you see this, you're going to know these folks, but this is what top producers say about Mortgage Coach.
Mortgage Coach for me is the most important piece of software that we use, and we've got a pretty good technology stack. But if I had just one piece, it would have to be Mortgage Coach.
Looks
It
like the
is
background from
without
Amplify, right?
doubt a piece of technology that you want to invest in. And the reason is it gives not only your loan officers the platform to differentiate themselves from all of the other fee worksheet loan officers in the country, but it also allows for engagement.
And when real estate professionals got to see how professional and transparent and how educational my loan worksheets, my loan presentations were, it completely escalated that learning curve and how I moved up in the mortgage industry.
I never would be where I am today without access to the Facebook page and the YouTube channel. It just gave me access to loan officers nationwide, not in my own little bubble of where I live in, to be able to adopt the same strategies that they're using. It's invaluable.
The fact that all of Mortgage Coach's content is in YouTube, I can go really deep. And that allows me to have my loan officers go there, and it's easy for them to find without having to search all over some of the other mediums.
The TCA, the total cost analysis, allows you to create an experience for a client that puts you on par with the Ubers and the Delta apps and the rest of the way that people want to actually digest content.
I can directly track that the rate of return on my investment using Mortgage Coach is I close 33% more. If you were a company, if you were an owner, and you could increase your conversion by 30% more than you are right now, what's that worth?
So Rick,
Yeah,
you remember those guys?
I do, and you know what? I missed the. We were trying to connect that next day. I was supposed to be on. I was supposed to be one of those Hollywood
I
stars.
know, man. I know.
But I would have been there saying the same exact thing as those guys. You know, it's if you're not doing it, you're missing the biggest opportunity in our business.
Well, guys, anybody watching this, I interview top producers every single week, multiple top producers. I believe technology is powerful, but the only thing more powerful than technology is leadership. It's actually hearing from people like Rick, who are closing lots of loans right now, and what they're doing to be successful. So, I mean, I'm just showing a couple. We have literally thousands of testimonial videos, hundreds of letters. This is one that came in on Friday from a new loan officer. This is a new loan officer that has only been in the business for 4 months, and he's going to close 20 loans this month. He's already got 25 loans locked in, and he's 4 months in the business. And the combination of leadership and a great presentation is helping him kill it. So, you know, my hope is if you're watching this and you're already on the team, you got a couple ideas from Rick, you got some scripting, you heard how he's positioning it. You're going to give every family a total cost analysis, because here's what I believe. The best loan officers in America are loan officers that are Mortgage Coach loan officers that are helping families make better decisions. So Rick, closing thoughts from you, brother. Any advice you have for any loan officer in the market, or just, you know, think of yourselves as a sales manager, how would you like to close out today's call?
Yeah, you know, listen, I would say 80% of the loan officers out there are commodity loan officers. You know, they're the Me Too's. They're the, you know, just going through the motions and, you know, providing that rate. You know, you look out my window here, and if you do a 360, there's 6 people that can do what I do. All right. And so you can be a commodities loan officer if you'd like, and you'll probably have a decent living, right? Or you can be transformational, which means that you have to up your game. You got to up your presentation. You got to up what you care about in this business. And that is providing your clients with everything they need from the service you provide them, but also for organizing that debt that they're about to get into. So, you know, it just depends. If you want to be a commodity loan officer, probably keep doing what you're doing. If you want to differentiate yourself and be transformational, Mortgage Coach gives you that tool to call yourself, you know, a transformational loan officer. Because, again, what's the alternative to this is an email or the back of a napkin or a fee worksheet. So we got to stop doing that. We got to elevate what we're doing as far as advice and helping every client go through this process with the most information that they need and they deserve. And that's how you're going to do it through Mortgage Coach.
I love that. And I love that you use the word transformational to close it out, because that is what we are all about, is being a transformational leader to folks. So one question did just come into the group, and I don't know if it's a new loan officer, someone that's new to our community, but if you were new getting into business today or joining the Mortgage Coach community and learning how to use it, what is any advice? Just give us a minute on, you know, I know what I would tell people, but what would you tell people in terms of how to get started and how to go from, I don't know how to use it, to I'm killing it?
Yeah. So besides the product itself, which we just went through and it sells itself, one of the things, if you don't know Dave and what Dave's all about, is Dave's all about giving 110% back to our community. So the first thing you need to do is join the YouTube channels. YouTube, as far as, you know, if you're a new loan officer, Dave, right? You guys have a new loan officer playlist. that's like a must see and watch. And then every week, the amount of content that you bring to this community, with no like sales pitch on Mortgage Coach. It's, you know, it's just straight value. You know, that's just an add-on to the software that we use. But man, it's getting involved with the community, asking questions, becoming a better loan officer through being part of Mortgage Coach. I mean, it's just it's you joining the Facebook group and being on the, you're going to quickly understand why this is the best move for your business and your clients and, quite frankly, your life. So,
thank you, brother. So, just kind of tying this together with one more slide. When you think of Mortgage Coach, it's all about being the best loan officer you can possibly be. So part of that is our technology. That is what we monetize. That's what we went through with Rick. It's the Mortgage Coach Total Cost Analysis. Part of it is community. And there's two major communities. There's our Facebook group, Facebook Productivity Mastermind, and our YouTube channel. So every week we're putting content in there. And then there's sales training. It's like, how do I become these things? And we take our best content and we put it into our advice engine, and then we gamify it. So you can improve conversion, you can improve referrals, and then we gamify that. So really there's three things when you think of Mortgage Coach that we're trying to drive. It is technology, it is community, and then it's just specific training on how to be a black belt at mortgage advice. So click down below. It's either $120 a month or it's a loan a month. And if you're a top producer, it could be 3 loans a month, could be 5 loans a month. If you ask Jeremy Forcier how many loans a month he's getting from Mortgage Coach, it's at least a half a dozen. So if you're struggling and you're closing less than 3 loans, might only be 1 loan a month. So Rick, dude, you always bring so much value. This particular call was a little education. It was a little bit of me selling Mortgage Coach, but I really consider this a favor. And all the value you've brought into the community, I am super grateful for, brother.
appreciate you, my friend. And yeah, if anybody wants to reach out to me on a one-on-one basis, I'm always available. So definitely feel free to do that. But Dave, again, man, I say it every time we're on the phone, thank you for what you're doing for our community and making us be better loan officers. So man, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, brother.